What's up, guys? Okage here. Haven't posted a video in a week. Got busy, had stuff to do, but I'm back in Barcelona, guys. I told you guys. Now, yes, Barcelona, they had a hiccup against Monaco in the Champions League, but I told you guys, man, and I'm gonna keep telling you guys I told you so because so many people doubted Barcelona. So many people doubted my GOAT, Hansi Flick. And I'm sorry, bro. Barcelona, they're relentless. They beat Getafe today 1-0. Robert Lewandowski with another goal. And Barca fans, Real Madrid fans, everyone. I told you so. I told you so. Just go back 2, 3 months ago, and I told you guys Barcelona will be 2024, 2025 La Liga Campeones, Campeones de la Liga. I said this. I said this. And it's kind of crazy how almost everything I said in that video is turning out to be true. Like everything I said in that video is coming to fruition. And I understand we're only 6, 7, 8 games into the season. I think we're like almost 9 games into the season now, including all competitions. It's kind of weird how everything I said in that video is kind of right. So, what did I say in that video a couple months ago about Barcelona? I said Hansi Flick is a man with a plan. I told you guys, Hansi Flick, don't judge him on Germany because I'm sorry, all my German brothers out there know the national team players failed Hansi Flick at that World Cup. The national team players did not put away their chances. Hansi Flick's Germany in that World Cup would create tons of chances and they would not put them in the back of the net. And for that, we got grouped in the group stages 2 World Cups in a row. That was not Hansi Flick's fault. All right. Hansi Flick took Bayern, who was what? Fifth or sixth in the Bundesliga in that treble winning season. Niko Kovac gets sacked. Hansi Flick bumps up to manager role as an interim. And guess what? He delivers 7 trophies in 9 months. So Hansi Flick, I told you guys, Hansi Flick is not a manager to be slept on. And I told you Hansi Flick knows how to take a bad situation and turn it gold. He knows how to work with scraps. It's weird to say that, oh, at Bayern, he proved that he could work with scraps because that was still a very talented team. But remember what everyone was saying about that squad. Everyone said, Gnabry, Coman, they're not good enough. Everyone said Alaba, Boateng, Neuer, Muller, Lewandowski. He's not Lewandowski, but Alaba, Neuer, Boateng, Muller. Everyone said they were finished. Everyone said they have no future. They said their careers are done. He took a team that nobody really rated. The only 2 or 3 players at that moment that people were really rating were Joshua Kimmich, Lewandowski, and Gnabry because he came off that 4 goals against Spurs. But when Kovac was sacked, Hansi Flick took a team that was in shambles and won 7 trophies in 9 months. And it's not the same situation at Barca, but Barcelona itself is it's a pretty messed up situation. They are trying to recover from years and years and years of mismanagement from the very, very top of the club, overpaying for players, horrible wage structure. They are recovering. They're a team in recovery. And I said, Hansi Flick, this is not an issue for Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick can work with scraps. Hansi Flick can take a bad situation and turn it into a good one. And so far this season, we are seeing that Hansi Flick is doing just that. Another one of my points, I said you guys Lewandowski redeem season. I told you guys Robert Lewandowski redeem season is this year because I told you Xavi didn't know how to use this guy. Xavi doesn't understand Lewandowski. Hansi Flick understands Lewandowski. Hansi Flick is the guy that made Lewandowski play the Ballon d'Or winning season. Yes, I'm counting his 2020 Ballon d'Or. Everyone in the world knows that Lewandowski earned that 2020 Ballon d'Or and that France football stripped it away from him just to cancel it for their Mbappe or Neymar agenda. Everyone knows Lewandowski is the 2020 Ballon d'Or winner. Hansi Flick got him to that level. And now Hansi Flick, now I'm not going to be delusional. Lewandowski is not playing to the same level as he was in 2019, 2020, 2021. I'm not going to lie. But he's still playing now all of a sudden as what? A top 5 striker in the world again? Think about how many strikers are better than him right now. I'd probably say Harry Kane, Erling Haaland. Who else on form is better than Lewandowski besides those two? Not many. So, in my opinion, Robert Lewandowski on form is the 3rd best striker in the world all of a sudden. And I said, redeem season is this year for Robert Lewandowski because Hansi Flick, familiar face, familiar coach, he will get this team creating chances for him and he will drill Lewandowski in training to be clinical again. And yes, at times he's showing that he's still going to miss some chances, but he's definitely showing that he is a more clinical striker this year compared to last season, 100%. So Robert Lewandowski, redeem season, I told you guys about it. Another major factor I said that Barcelona will do well this season is The La Masia, the La Masia doesn't make sense. La Masia. I said, well, I kind of said it. This is what I said about La Masia a couple of months ago. I said about La Masia a couple of months ago for Barcelona that with the injuries they have and the continuous injury issues they have, Gavi isn't even back yet from his ACL, whatever injury it was. Pedri is fit now, but you guys, I am very confident that Pedri will get an injury at some point in the season. Frankie De Jong hasn't came back yet from his injury that he got back in June. Christensen, Araujo, these guys aren't back yet. They are playing a backline of Pau Cubarsí, Inigo Martinez, Eric Garcia, Jules Koundé. These guys, Balde is fit, Balde is there, but with all these injuries, Barcelona are having to turn to La Masia, are having to turn to their academy players to come into this team, be comfortable, and get them points. And even at the start of the season, that Bernal guy who was in midfield for Barcelona, Bernal, he came from La Masia, slotted right in, was looking fantastic, and he went and got like an ACL injury, and he's out for the season. And again, they bring in a Casado right after him, and Casado fits in perfectly. So La Masia, I said La Masia is going to be very key for Barcelona this season. If these academy players can come up from into the first team and perform, Barcelona will have a genuine chance at this league title, and they will be a force to be reckoned with, because I always believe La Masia is and I think will always be for many years to come the best academy in the world. Even when you think about, you might be thinking, oh, La Masia is kind of having a resurgence right now. Look at all the talents that are coming through right now. Even in the last 8 to 9 years, where you think not many La Masia talents are coming through, is really only Ansu Fati for 1 year that exploded onto the scene. But think about how many ex La Masia players are out there right now tearing it up. Grimaldo at Leverkusen, ex-Barcelona. Cucurella, who's probably the best left back at the Euros, is an ex-Barcelona player. There's plenty of ex-Barcelona talent out there, ex-La Masia talent out there that are the best players on their teams. So La Masia has always been strong, and now we're really seeing it come to fruition because they have a genuine coach. For a while, I felt Barcelona did not have a genuine. I think the last genuine coach, quality coach Barcelona had was Ernesto Valverde, Daddy Valverde. He was the last guy Barcelona. I could say Barcelona had a quality coach. Now Hansi Flick is here after the Ronald Koeman and the Javi stupid crap. Now Hansi Flick is here. Hansi Flick knows how to develop youth players. Hansi Flick knows when he sees a good player. Who gave Jamal Musiala his first starts at Bayern? Who put Musiala and trusted Musiala to make his Champions League debut in a round of 16 game against Lazio? It was Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick gave Jamal Musiala that step up into the first team and gave him those chances. And you saw what Musiala is now. Musiala is probably a future Ballon d'Or contender, one of the best players in the world already, and it will be one of the best players in the world for the next 10 years. And now you're giving Hansi Flick a whole academy filled with quality players like that. In my eyes, I always felt like it's very hard for me to see this fail, even with the first team players that Barcelona had injured. Even now, with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen injured. Yes, and a lot of people are complaining about Iñaki Peña, but I'm sorry. They just signed Wojciech Szczesny, and Wojciech Szczesny is almost like a Polish Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. He's not the best with his feet, but he's a damn good shot stopper. He's a damn good shot stopper. So Barcelona looking very strong today. I mean, I didn't even talk about the performance today against Getafe, but the performance today, these 1-0 wins, Lewandowski getting that goal, these 1-0 wins, Barcelona fans, I'm sure you'll agree with me. If I'm a Barca fan, I am proud. I am more proud about this 1-0 victory today compared to the 5-1s and 6-0, 7-2 victories we had before. That Barcelona had before. I am more proud about this 1-0 today. Why? Because the team showed that, yes, Getafe is kind of on the lower end of La Liga in the table. However, Barcelona pulled up to the match. The game was tough, and they went away with a clean sheet and a win 1-0. They had the discipline to not concede. And that's 3 points in the bag again. Barcelona fully undefeated in the league so far. No draws, no losses, all wins. Lewandowski, Lewandowski's the top goal scorer in the league. Lamine Yamal, another factor. I think Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world right now. Lamine Yamal, top assister in the league. Barcelona look like they're going to get this league title. I think, to be honest, Barcelona, given the quality of opponents they've faced, I think Barcelona is the best team in the world. I think the other teams that you could put up there, when you're debating who's the best team in the world right now, is probably Manchester City and Bayern. Manchester City, Bayern, PSG are 3 teams you could put up there when arguing who's the best team in the world right now. And I am reluctant to say Bayern. I'm a Bayern fan. I'm reluctant to say Bayern because we haven't played anyone extremely tough yet. Leverkusen this weekend will show us what we can take from this Bayern team so far. However, Barcelona have played tough opponents, and yes, they lost in the Champions League to Monaco in their first game 2-1. I understand that. But still, the football they're playing, the domination they're showing in La Liga, they are definitely, in my opinion, the best team in the world right now, pound for pound, if you take into account all the injuries, if you take into account the situation at the club, if you take into account the new injuries they have. Where this team was last year, very impressive for Hansi Flick, very impressive from Barcelona. It kind of feels weird to say this, but when is the last time Barcelona was the best team in the world? When is the last time we're able to sit here and say, "Oh yeah, Barcelona, these guys are the best team in the world"? It's been 5, 6 years maybe since we're able to sit here as fans and say, "Yeah, Barca's back. They're the best team in the world. They're looking better than City. They're looking better than Bayern." When is better than Real Madrid? When have we been able to say that about Barcelona? Even when Barcelona won the league title 2 seasons ago, that league title was defense masterclass. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 wins. Defense. But because the style of play wasn't attractive, because it wasn't the classic Barca style, no one really batted an eye to it. And because they got grouped in the Champions League that season. But I think the last time we could say Barcelona was the best team in the world, without a doubt, is their first leg win after their first leg 3-0 win against Liverpool in 2019. That was genuinely what? April 2019 was the last time we were able to say Barcelona was the best team in the world. You guys, I went through all of college, 4 or 5 years to get my bachelor's, and at no point during that time period did we ever sit down and say Barcelona was the best team in the world. I'm not graduated from college. It took a whole college graduation for us to get back to the days where Barcelona are at the top of the peak, a team to be respected, a team to be feared. So really, man, Hansi Flick, credit to him, man. And I'm gonna just say, I told you so, guys. Barcelona fans, congrats. It's been no Puya, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.